I have sort of a mixed history of celebrity recruitment. Every time I run into celebrity in my life, I tend to start breathing very quickly and sweating and thinking that I'm going to get in trouble. And don't take my incredible slop sweat right now as any sort of hint to what's about to happen later in the show. I think the first celebrity I've ever interacted with in my life was John Hodgman. John Hodgman, the I'm a PC guy, and he was on The Daily Show. So to me, he was the most famous person in the world. And I was once sitting in Little Pete's Diner when it was still open in Center City. Do you guys know Little Pete's? And John Hodgman just waltzed on in there, and I was sitting at the bar, and he stood right next to me, and I did not say anything to him, I just stared at him. And this went on for over 1 minute. I was just not breaking eye contact. He was not making it, but I was not breaking it. And then he very meekly turned to me and said, "Hello." And I responded to that by doing nothing at all. I just kept staring at him. And then he left. He left without ordering anything. He didn't even order anything to go. And then I heard him talking about it, not about this incident, but about Little Pete's on a podcast, and he said it's his favorite restaurant in Philadelphia. So essentially, I scared him out of eating at his because my aura is too strong. But that's not the end of the story with my interaction with this extremely famous celeb. He did a couple years later, I think it was like 2013, he did a Reddit AMA, and I left a several paragraph comment explaining what had happened and apologizing. And John Hodgman responded to that by saying, "You did nothing wrong." I'm going to read the comment and just think about this situation that I outlined for you and imagine feeling like you have to answer to this person like this. "You did nothing wrong. I absolutely remember you. I equally felt bad about walking out, as I suspected it would make you uncomfortable. The simple answer is I was starving and just wanted to quietly eat Scrabble as soon as possible. There was little question in my mind that you were a nice person, as this letter," by the way, he's talking about this comment, as this letter has proved. But I wanted to be alone for a little while, and so I made the hard call to forego Scrabble and risk hurting your feelings in order to have that. So basically, I am so mentally strong that I forced him to apologize to me. And that, I think, is a good move. Because they apologize to you for hurting your feelings and not sitting down and becoming good friends. And then I had one more interaction with John Hodgman. I swear to Christ, this happened completely by accident. I was on vacation with my family in Maine. We have never gone to Maine again. I'd never been to Maine before. We went to Acadia National Park, an enormous national park, and I heard John Hodgman's voice. And I told my family, "I'll be right back." And he was in a park gift shop. And as I approached him, I realized he was with his little child. And I was like, fuck, I'm too far into this to not say hi to John Hodgman. And so I said hi to him, and I explained who I was, and he said, "Oh, hello, weirdo." She meant as a nice joke, but also is definitely true. And I just said hi, and then I left. I was not weird, but I then tweeted this. I said, ran into Hodgman for the second time. Last time was in a diner in Philly, now in a park in Maine. Next time, the middle of the Atlantic. And John Hodgman replied on Twitter and said, see you there. Which is funny. What a great, funny joke. A round of applause for John Hodgman. Round of applause. Great sport. Making a great joke. Except, there was something going on like a few months after this called the Atlantic Ocean Comedy and Music Festival, and I had no idea about this. And it did feature John Hodgman. So what to me seemed like a tweet saying, oh, this is like a ridiculous scenario. The coincidence that just happened. To John Hodgman, it seemed like I was just outlining the next step of my which happens to take place at International so I'm sure he felt safe.